All right. Hello, everybody. I feel like I just saw you. Here we are again. Now we have Mr. Alex Glenn, who is the CEO of Partner Hub, Partner Programs, all of it, and probably one of the names that you think of when you hear the word partnership. Man, we could talk about a ton of stuff. We can talk partner tracks. We got those events going on. We got new podcast, how they did it. I'd recommend everyone go give a listen. Alex has a great co-host for that. He does a great job himself. I'll give him that. I'm excited to just dive into the presentation today. So, unless you have anything, I'm just going to hand you the throne.
Yeah, man, nice to be here again. This is the second one I've been involved in. I don't know how many of these you've done, but it's been cool, man.
You're 100% right now.
I'm on batting 1,000. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Floor is yours.
Yeah, I put some links in the chat there. Chris and I are co-hosts on a new podcast. Definitely check that out. And if you're an agency with a partner and you have a good shared partner or shared customer success type of a story that you want to tell, direct message me or get with Chris and he'll get you the right links to book. But we like to find out how partners have collaborated on something successfully, and we put that into podcast episodes. So feel free to let us know if you've got one of those and we'll get you in. Today, I think we're teed up for 30 minutes or 27 more minutes. We're going to talk about how to successfully go to market with partners, or more specifically, how to make your go to market more successful by including partners and some of the ways to do that. I've obviously got some slides. I've got some resource links. What's cool about these slides, I will give them out obviously at the end, but we have hyperlinks throughout the slide deck to the resources. So you're not just getting a presentation and some words, you're going to get a bunch of strategy, tactics, written stuff that you can read and some videos that you can watch. So all my stuff, if you've never seen anything I've done, is very actionable. I try to pride myself on making sure that it's a lot of go here, do this type strategies. I was an agency operator in a former life, turned SaaS growth and marketplace builder and marketer and developer and go-to-market strategist. And I learned quickly that partnerships was a way to do it more effectively and efficiently. And then I wrapped my strategies, yes, my learnings, yes, but I productized what I believe is a partnership go-to-market operation platform that's called Partner Hub, app.partnerhub.app if you want to jump in and check that out and apply to join. What is going to market? Going to market is, in my definition, introducing a new product or service for the agencies watching to a new buyer persona. So you could have been in market, in a market for a while with your service, but you want to take your service to a new market. Or maybe you're launching a new service. You've got a new tech partner and you're developing new service on top of the platform and you want to take that to market. Well, there should, in my opinion, be partners involved in that go-to-market to help you extend the reach, increase the retention. I'll talk about some of the reasons why you should do that. Retention, I think, is a huge factor in partnerships. If my customer starts to leave me and where they're going or who else they're talking to, who's next in their calendar, is not pointing them back to me because they're not my partner, they're not affiliated with me, they're not a referral partner of mine, that customer's gone, right? So retention, I think, is a huge factor with partnerships. Further, if you're building a service on top of a technology and you're not partners, that means you don't get that insider information. You don't know what you need to know, and you don't know who you need to know to help your customer get success on top of the platform. And then if you're working with other agencies and they just happen to be contractors, freelancers, you're not really partners. You don't have that solid relationship. There's lots of room for error in there. So retention, trust, of course, you want to establish trust with your buyers, and the partners that you develop those relationships with, they may have more trust in the buyers than you do. right now. So working with them to make sure that you're kind of piggybacking on that trust layer, that moat, if you will. If you like analogies, I may throw out a few of those in this presentation. Reach, this was, as a marketer, a great benefit for working with those that are already in that market. If I put if I tag them in a social post, if I put their brand next to mine, if I collaborate early enough on and build that sort of reciprocity promise contract, maybe, I can make sure that my campaigns have a much higher reach and a much more efficient reach. And that's number 4. Efficiency allows us to extend the reach, yes, extend the trust, build the retention without spending a lot of money doing it. And that's on top of partnerships. So you see these little hyperlinks throughout this presentation. You'll get these. This is a full article on when and how to go to market with partners that you can watch and read. There's usually a video at the top of these articles. The types of partnerships that I'm talking about in this presentation. Number 1, implementation partnerships, which is you plus a software, typically a platform type of a software that you can build service revenue on top of, that there's lots of billable hours involved in, and you can really make sure that you and your team are becoming experts in. You get the support, maybe you get listed in a experts directory, and you get leads from that relationship. That's a great partnership. Referral only partnerships, sure. I like you, you like me, we trust each other, we like each other's work. I'm going to send business your way. You're going to send business back to me. Nice reciprocal referral only relationship. But I'm not going to white label you. Maybe I'm not going to actually set up a service. I'm just going to refer you business because you are great. And hopefully you'll refer me business as well. Third type of partnership, this third tier that I think is overlooked, is strictly co-marketing and co-selling. And that leads to some of the stuff that if you watch Pete Caputa's presentation that he mentioned, you do not have to be partners to co-market. You do not have to be partners technically to co-sell. I know a buyer a little bit more than you. I've got them deeper in my pipeline, or they've been a client of mine for longer, and you offer up a nice reciprocal trade. And in return, I help you co-sell into that customer. Great. We're not technically partners. We haven't done this a long time, but we were effective in helping each other win a deal. Co-marketing, that's an easy one for all of us. We all have blogs. Most of us have podcasts, webinars like this one. If it was just Chris up here talking for 8 hours, even though we all love Chris, probably wouldn't get as much exposure and as much attendance. But because he has partners and experts and different people involved, and it just increases the exposure of this. So bring partners into everything you do. The other aspect of that is, if I'm just talking about strategies, tools, and tactics all day long, out of my mouth, out of my experience, it's good. But what's better is if I bring experts who have done that before into my stuff and say, here's how Chris goes to market with partners, right? And have him be the highlight of that content, not just me. So it's not as easy, of course, as just doing it yourself, but value is definitely there. Before we start this go-to-market strategy, we need to qualify ourselves for partnerships. We need to make sure that we are ready to be valuable to our partners. That means operations are intact, streamlined, working. Sales are coming in, repeat sales, word of mouth sales, and I'm able to sell. I'm actually able to sell. If I can't sell, I'm probably not going to be a good partner. Retainers, this is great for partnerships. If you're selling repeatable services, packaged up services, and the longer you've been selling those retainers, the more valuable you're going to be to a partner that fits into those retainers. Expertise. Are you the thought leader in PPC or SEO or web development or whatever? If you're not, and you're just a really good salesperson, probably not ready for partnerships, because their brand relies on your brand, sort of thing. So at least your agency, and maybe you specifically, need to be known as the expert in that topic. The first thing I'm going to talk about is a strategy called land and expand. This is the number one strategy for partnerships, in my opinion. If you're getting into partnerships, we've actually productized this because it is so necessary for teams to understand. It's not me just going over here and partnering with someone, coming back to my desk and looking for a new partner that I find over here. And then, okay, I got that secured. And then, oh, this partner reached out and go over here. That's noise, that's pull, that's getting in too many directions. What you want to do is figure out an ecosystem or a market or something that you want to, an area of business, an economy that you want to get more business from. There are companies that are already working in that ecosystem that are doing well. Find those, find one of them that's been there for a while in that ecosystem and partner with them. Form that relationship, build that reciprocity, figure out what excites them about the partnership, do that thing, be that exciting partner for them, and then go into their network of partners and say, okay, I see you are partnering with this company over here. What's that partnership about? They're going to say, oh, well, they're my blank, and this is the way we've worked. And here's a couple shared customers I have with them. And you say, oh, well, I'm not competitive with them. Can I join that small group? You, me, and that partner over there. And maybe we create a go-to-market together. And you do the same with their other partners. And you form, I mentioned the keyword there, a circle. We call it a circle, or I call it a circle, because it's partner A and partner B and partner C all working together to surround that customer profile. You guys all want that customer profile. Why are you going off over here and you going off over here and the customer sitting over here? No, you need to surround the customer. And that way, if that customer is working with this partner today, well, the chances of them getting referred to this partner are good. And the chances of that partner referring them back to you are great. And then if they start to hate one of you, the other two are going to point them back and say, I know you're struggling with them, but let me get in there and help out and make sure it's successful. And you kind of create that, again, that moat, that circle with those partners. It's called the land and expand strategy because you're landing that first partner and then you're expanding one level deep. There's a full strategy article there along with a video of how to actually execute that strategy inside of Productized Partner Hub. You can do it obviously in any operational system that you have, but we in Partner Hub allow you to see your partners and reach out to those partners and ask for introductions. It's a great system and it's mutually beneficial for everybody. Strategy number 2, help your partners refer to you by giving them a landing page on your website. More than that, giving them a landing page that highlights a specific service that you sell with that partner. Now, these 3 examples are on top of tech platforms. So you see the Marketo to HubSpot migration, and that's a specific cost. HubSpot implementation. This one down here is a Klaviyo workflow builder for specific costs. What this does is gives a really easy referral mechanism to the customer success and sales teams at HubSpot and Klaviyo and Marketo in this example. And I see Pardot on there as well. It gives them a really easy referral. When a customer is having a problem and they say, I can't get this implementation done. The customer success person could say, well, we actually have a partner that's selling a package for $9.95 a month, and that fits in your budget, and they do a great job. Here's a link. And they don't have to put their neck on the line by actually setting up an email thread or anything like that. They just have to remember that you have that landing page on the site. Your job is to help them remember, obviously. And we'll talk about a strategy to help those CS and salespeople remember you exist. But having a landing page that talks towards your joint value proposition, super valuable. Just selling the service is awesome. I'll talk about one step further than that related to having that landing page in a second. But number 3, start your partnerships off with co-marketing. Chris and I did this. We did our first event. I think it was the All In Agency Summit back when, and we realized like there's so much more we could be doing together, But if Chris came to me and he's just like, Alex, I saw you had a customer over here, and do you mind referring me that customer? I'd be like, I don't know you, and maybe you're good at what you do, but we don't know each other yet. We haven't, started that relationship the right way. So start with co-marketing. We all have, again, blogs. We all have the ability to do webinars. We're all marketers for the most part in some way, or at least we have a marketer on our team. And we need to create content. We need to create this stuff. One of my favorites here, an example, I don't think it's listed here actually, is to create a course with a bunch of partners included. So this is a webinar. There may be 8 sessions in this webinar. Imagine if this was a full funnel course on how to convert web traffic for a specific audience type or something like that. And class number 1, we talked about driving the traffic, and it was a performance digital agency expert, and they went through strategies and tactics. And class number 2 was, okay, well, they've landed on your website. What about IP analysis? Let's talk about how we can make sure we know who they are and get them funneled the right way. And then there's a CRO course, and it was with a product that does, automated persona-based content on the website or whatever, but you get the point. That course is now 8 sessions, and it's maybe a paid course. And each one of those 8 sessions has one partner, and those partners are all promoting the course, or maybe even those partners are including a link to the course in their onboarding, their user onboarding, because their class in the course is there and they're category exclusive, but it also tells their customers how to build the full funnel. So it's not just about that one product implementation and how to use the product. It helps their customers succeed. So that's a very big win for a lot of agencies are doing it with Shopify courses and HubSpot courses and stuff like that. Number 4, moving on. Document your OKRs and promises, specifics, goals, objectives, and key results, if you don't know what OKRs are, with your partners. So it's called a partnership. And it's important to know that that term, don't take that term lightly. It is very much a partnership, or it should be. If it's not, then of course, it's probably not going to be that successful for you. But if you take it seriously, you plan, and you document, and you make sure to put on paper, here's what I'm doing, here's what you're doing, here's who I'm in contact with and what channel, here's how we're going to do lead sharing, and here's the Q1 objective, here's the Q2 objective, here's certifications I promised to get, here's a customer that you promised to refer me, here's how we're going to map accounts and do all that stuff. Put that all into a partner memorandum. On this slide, you'll see a link to a template that we actually have. I think I have it open. It looks like this. And it's a 2-page template that talks about how to do it. And you just plug and play, and then you can sign the bottom, right? Right here, you see a visual of Partner Hub and how to create a memorandum inside of Partner Hub. There's actually, on the partner profiles, there's a way to create a memo or a memorandum for each partner and put that in there so you have it stored in a place where you're managing your partner operations. Number 5, map accounts. At least do a quarterly review of some aspect of your pipeline, right? And this is a way to make sure you're continually putting partners first, at least in the sense of how can we make sure we're getting value from these partners? Well, every quarter we get on a call. I bring 5 leads to the table. You bring 5 leads to the table. That's not necessarily account mapping, but that's a good practice. What's better than that is to say, okay, let's map accounts early on in the partnership. Let's see what our overlapping customer base is. Let's see who you have over here that I don't have. Let's see who I have that you don't have. And let's get those target lists situated. In the middle there is a great source of attribution. So if I have 10 overlapping customers with a partner now, and then we go about going to market together and co-marketing and doing a bunch of stuff. And then I look back at that